Alright, so we just finished up the tournament, and now we're going to jump right back into League against the Kilika Beasts. In this one, of course, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get second place in the league. We're not trying to win it. So we've got to really plan how we do this, and plan which matches we win, lose, or tie. So yeah, that's pretty much it for what I've got to say here. I mean, yeah, I think the Kilika Beasts are actually one of the top ranked teams right now, actually. Sorry, that came out weird. So yeah, we're gonna actually beat them this game. That's gonna be the goal, beating the Kilika Beasts. We are tying too many games, and we were like 5th or something before we started winning them. So I figured what our next plan of action is going to be to win games, get to the top, and try to figure out where we lose points. Trying to hold it from the bottom is going to be a little bit just harder in general. There's probably a joke there. But either way, it looks like this should be a very easy app. What, 17 catch? Can't handle this. You know, we might actually want to put elite defense on Titus just so that he can actually kind of take care of these missed encounters and take off his pass, because honestly I've never really passed with Titus. It's not something that happens, and it doesn't make sense for him to have all that just to never use it. In fact, I should do a check. When was the last time I passed with Titus in a video? That would that'd be kind of interesting, because it's probably been a while. Alright, well, we could probably take them all. Emphasis on the probably. Yep. We probably should have only had 2 tackle, though, because that's why. We're already going to lose the technique early on. And I'm actually shooting with Titus for no particular reason. I probably should have chose Larbite because he's lower in level, but, you know, it happens. Having elite defense on Navguado 2 might be a good idea, because the advantage with Navguado is he doesn't really need a shot, so we kind of have a spare space for him in what we decide to do technique wise. I might have an entire reset, honestly, where I'm like, okay, this person doesn't need this technique, this person doesn't need this, and kind of just really plan them out to where it makes sense, rather than they get all the techniques in the world because I said so. It would honestly be kind of cool to have Navguado have invisible shot, but it all depends on how you build your team. Again, if you have Navguado with invisible shot, that would generally be a aggressive team, one where a flat line is more predominant rather than a normal formation where you have those 2 offense players and the midfielder just pushing the ball to them. Yeah, but it is kind of it's really interesting to examine how teams work, because you have this formation. It's pretty straightforward. You get a midfielder that kind of passes out to the 4 other players, and you get the other 2 defenders blocking and 2 offense blocking. That's kind of interesting because you can have everyone pushing forward, you can have them all pushing back, anything. With the web, the advantage of that is you always have coverage. You're never really lacking. You always got 1 man on 1 man. That's your goal here. However, the advantage with flatline, it's okay, you're pushing forward on them. If you have ball control and you maintain ball control, you're not going to be stopped. And if it does fall apart in a flatline, they'll rush to the person with the ball. The whole debate then becomes, what if the person takes the ball away from you, avoids the players coming at them, and passes to someone who's already by your goal and they're blocked? Like there's no one blocking them. Then you get into kind of a sticky situation where you're like, okay, Nimrok's got to block it then with his 68 catch or whatever. He's got to block it. There's no other way around it. So it's situations like that where you're kind of like, well, what do we do here? Yeah. But anyways, I do plan on making videos based upon those formations. The one thing I'm thinking of right now, though, is how that will work. Because I can't have this team right now I can have this team for some formations, but some of them just aren't going to make sense. I'm not going to put rope in the flatline formation because it's going to be stupid. I know I've done it before in previous videos because it was just funny. It wasn't like a really strategic thing to do. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to put him here and he's going to shoot. I'm like, no, he's going to do nothing. He's in the flatline formation, rushing on a goal that he can't possibly make, even at level, like, even if the goalie was like level 1. Unless it was Keepa, there's no chance. Anyways, I feel like I talk about it too much. I'm just really excited for what's coming up, guys. I just am. It's pretty much my only excuse. Looks like Nimrok's way behind. He's only got 3,800 HP too to boot. We'll double check something here. Anti-nap. So anti-wither is most likely right here. Then yep, cool. We'll take care of it. We will plan this out well, I believe. I'm actually really surprised Napwata didn't just get completely screwed up there. For some reason, I just imagined it would happen. I was like, well, Napwata's dead. Kind of wish we had a higher pass for Nimrok. Could we get a lot more experience if we did that? He'd get like 40 more experience a game. But we don't, so it's all cool. These videos I'm going to make, though, based on formations, they're going to be a lot different format than these ones. There's going to be a section explaining the formation, demonstrating the formation, and kind of like a conclusion on which kind of teams you'd want to face against with the formation. I mean, nothing's set in stone, but that's the rough draft of what I plan on doing. It's like, okay, this formation is great against, like, early on against some really tough competition. I'll do an example of that, like Mark mode. The goal of that one is, okay, you're facing the Ronso Fangs. They've got insane, like, offenders with crazy endurance. You want a Mark mode on them to just tackle their strongest offensive players. And the best bet with that is going to be mark their offensive players, use your speed to outswim them, and score a couple goals. It's going to take time, but it's possible. But again, the challenge with this, and I believe the choice of doing this was very poor on Square Enix's part, but then again, Blitzball is a minigame, is the formations unlock after winning and getting, like, team level ups. So once you get some of these formations, they're kind of pointless. Like, you don't need to use them ever because you're already used to what you're using right now. There's no real incentive to use different formations. except the entertainment value, which is always incentive, but not everyone's going to want to be like, oh, let's redesign the entire team just so we can use different formations. But I would, so that's why I'm making videos on it, guys. What are you thinking? A really good formation. His flatline, again, flatline is what I talk about the most because it is my favorite formation. I'm thinking maybe like a Borja center, Mafuri on the right, Navguado on the left. Navguado's a weak shooter, so we have another strong shooter next to Navguado. Or actually, flatline would work very well with a speed team. So you get someone like Brother Nettis, people like that, just all over the flat line. They're pushing forward as quick as possible. Just no one can stop them at that point. That'll be very interesting to see. Okay. Well, regardless of what I choose, you will see the result, guys, and I think it'll be good. I have a lot of faith in it. Then if it's terrible, you can just comment, hey, by the way, you suck and you disgrace your family or something. I don't know. Write whatever you want. It doesn't really hurt me. It does help a lot to give criticism that's constructive though. So I do know what do you guys think about it. Then again, do want to stress, I'm not trying to make videos that get the most views or like 100,000 likes or whatever. I just want to make content that I believe I would want to watch, and then I want to find like-minded people like that to discuss the content and think if it's good or bad or anything like that. Alright, cool. Anyways, you increased our team level. I realized I just completely skipped the most important part, reading over the points, but we will do that later. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great day.